Hello friends. So today we'll have some information about mutual funds. So we'll see the following points: what is mutual fund, how it operates, what is NAV, what is SIP, and I have listed some 15 top mutual funds which has given good returns in previous 5 to 10 years. So the one who is interested in investing in stock market but he doesn't have a good knowledge about it, or he doesn't want a risk to lose money, or he's not confident enough to directly invest in stock market and he wants a good return, then he would be investing in mutual fund. It is a good option to have a minimum risk, and the mutual fund investors can pay money to the funds, and the fund managers would invest that money into good stocks, and it would give a 20 to 25% of the returns over a year. So we'll see how it works. So now we'll see what is mutual fund. So it is investment program which is funded by shareholders who will give their money, and it will be invested in diversified holdings, and it is professional managed. So as I said earlier, it will be managed by the fund managers, and they'll invest in diversified portfolio. They will choose good stocks for you, and they'll invest the money into that, and they'll give you a fixed amount of return. It's not fixed, but a portion of that would be taken by them, and the rest money would be given to you. So if you are planning for your house or child education or marriage, and if you want to buy a car or go to a vacation, then mutual fund is the best option. It's tax efficient, and it's the simplest tool to achieve these kind of goals. Now let's see how it operates. So the first thing would be the investors would invest into one of the mutual fund, and they'll invest the money into various options like stocks or bonds, and this fund will be managed by professionals, and those understand market well, and they'll try to accomplish your growth by making strategic investments, and it would give a good return to the investors. So here I have shown this cycle. The investment will be done by the shareholders, and then it would generate a good return, and returns are passed to the investors, and investor would be putting those money as required. Now we'll have some information about NAV. So net asset value. This is the first thing which we would see when we are buying a mutual fund. So at the start, it's definitely that the NAV will be less. It's not a mandatory, but it depends on many factors, means asset depths, number of outstanding units it has declared. So mutual fund assets are they're falling under two categories. One is securities and cash. Security includes bonds and stocks, and the total asset value of a fund will include the stocks, cash, bonds, even the dividends and interest, liquid assets. Those all are included into the asset values. So net asset value have a formula where it is assets minus debts, and will be divided by the number of outstanding units. So what does it mean by assets? It is the market value of mutual fund investment plus the receivables and the accrued income. So everything collectively will be the asset, and debt means the liabilities, expenses that occurred, so those come under debts. So let's take an example. If for one of the mutual fund, how the NAV will be calculated is, suppose a mutual fund scheme has a asset value of 500 lakhs, and the asset is 500 lakhs, and the mutual fund has issued for 10 lakh units of 10 each for investor, then the NAV will be 50 for that. Next we will see what is SIP. So generally we have heard this term many times. Your friend will say I have an SIP and this and that. what is SIP? So SIP is basically a fixed amount of investment that would be done into a mutual fund, and these funds probably they'll have more than 60% of investment into the equity market. So it allows an investor to invest the money, the fixed amount, for a regular period of time, and that would be invested through one of the mutual funds. So the minimum value required for the SIP is 500 rupees. You can start an SIP with 500 also, and it is the best option to average out your percent cost of a mutual fund unit. Suppose currently the NAV for Axis Bank tax saver fund is 23, and after a month the market has fallen, your mutual fund NAV also will fall, depends on all the equity prices they have invested. So the 23 NAV has become now 22, and you are now regularly monthly investing into the stock market. So the averaging out of the NAV would be beneficiary for the investor if he is doing SIP. And if you have invested a lump sum amount, suppose let's take an example, you have invested 1 lakh into one account for a year, then that would be a fixed amount, and that would be for an NAV of 23, which is you have invested. And if you're doing an SIP, for that it would be divided based on the period you have selected. Maybe it is a monthly or quarterly or half yearly. So you have option to average out it. And I have listed some of the mutual funds here. So these are the mutual funds which has given a good amount of return. So here you can see multiple sections: mid cap, small cap, the tax savers. So here you can see the returns. These are the rankings. So, and the ratings given by third parties. So for 3 months it has given 4% return. For 1 year it is 19. So it is a good amount of return. If you are investing into bank and you are investing it into fixed deposit, it would give you 8% max. So if you are investing in mutual fund, it is 19% for a year, and even for 5 years it is 90%. So it is a good amount of return. So it's better to invest your money in mutual fund, though it has some amount of risk. Will not call it as a risk, but yeah, there are chances. But if it is longer term, then there are minimum risk of your capital going away. So it's the best option to invest in a mutual fund. And if you have long-term goals, then you can start investing in mutual fund. The best option for investor, if he is not interested in directly investing in stock market, he doesn't have a risk taking capability, then the best option would be a mutual fund. So I would suggest everyone should have a mutual fund. She should start a SIP for a period. You should set a goal for that, and your mutual fund will take care of the else things. It is definitely going to meet your expectations. Thank you, friends. So friends, please like and subscribe my channel. I'll share more such videos.